Alright, Sunday afternoon after church and after I got some dinner in my belly, and quite frankly after I laid in bed a while with my eyes shut, I need to do some more work on this truck. I went to the parts store last evening as promised and got a motor mount, I mean not a motor mount, a transmission mount. But didn't nobody know nothing about no exhaust donuts. So that's inconvenient. But here's what I'm gonna do. That one was in there and not leaking. Now ordinarily I would not do this. But I'm gonna put it in there, and I found one of these and it's gonna go on the other side. Ain't exactly right. But remember, it's my intention to pull this engine pretty soon and put a 6-cylinder in there. So, just trying to get her going with what I got so we can drive it around a little bit and see if the motor's any account. Also, the oldest truck's motor is pretty tired. Now, this thing's only run a couple minutes and it ain't been too impressive so far, but it could be that it would be good for the other truck. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just going to get her running and see how it goes from there without spending too much money. Guess what, bud?
What?
I got some happy news.
What's that?
I was belly aching. I couldn't get a donut at the parts store. You know, that sounds kind of funny to the uninitiated. A donut at the parts store. Anyway, I give up. This is what I needed to find at the parts store. But not a single one in a fair-sized town had them. And 60% didn't even know what I was talking about. But I found one just now in a stash of bolts. So there's 2 lessons learned here, bud. Never ever give up. You know who said that? Winston Churchill, I believe. And probably could do a little better organizing things. You know who said that?
You.
Mr. Heavy Chevy, that's right. Alright, the transmission mount is in. And the cross member's in. And we did somewhat of a hack job, but if you won't tell nobody, I won't tell nobody. Okay?
Okay.
What the hack job was is this truck used to have a turbo 350. It's a 700 now 4 or 700 R4 now, and the cross member doesn't line up precisely. So there are a couple bolt holes. I ain't got no bolts in them because they don't line up. But I judged that it's gonna be okay. Alright, we got everything buttoned up under there, and the little man set the truck down mostly slowly. And now we just got to put some transmission fluid in her, and then we got to do some other stuff, like I got to ditch this carburetor and a few other things, maybe clean up some of this mess. I think there might be some stuff that ain't hooked up, and it is supposed to be. And I got to hook up the TV cable from the transmission, and I think that bracket there is incorrect, so we'll need to fix that. There's a few things here we still got to do yet before we go taking it for a tailspin. Alright, I dug around in my cabinet over there and I found a carburetor that says good stock rebuilt. I must have wrote that on there at some point. I remember one time I had carburetors and nothing else to do, so I just messed with them. So maybe that's one of those. Can you believe at one time I didn't have much else to do and just messed with carburetors? I was broke.
Maybe as a kid, but I can't imagine. I don't know.
Alright, so I'm going to take that carburetor and put it on this truck, but there's also many other things we got to work on. See, there's some numb nuts. Put the rubber line where the steel line should be, and there's 2 pieces of rubber line behind there, and we got wires all over the place. I'm gonna try to clean some of this stuff up without getting too crazy, and then we'll fire it up, check our transmission fluid, and so on. I hope the thing runs halfway decent. I hope. We had to break out the vacuum cleaner, clean up all the chestnuts and what have you that was scattered on the intake here. That's a factory aluminum intake. Woohoo! It's lighter, so it'll get better gas mileage.
Oh, that's good.
Probably. Alright, I'm going to continue cleaning things up and getting ready. Oh, by the way, it's imperative if you have a 700R4 that you use the correct linkage here. This geometry has to be right for the TV cable, or you'll fry the transmission. Common problem. This used to be a pretty large, open, airy shop. Used to be. Anyways.
Like right after you first built it.
Hey, hey, hey. Did I ask you anything?
No.
Well, Mrs. Heavy Chevy came out after cutting the grass, which is mighty nice of her, because I hate cutting the grass. Plus it makes me sneeze. She's so excited about this prospect of this new truck running that she's decided to clean out the inside.
I gotta.
Right, babe?
Right, babe.
Right? Right?
Right.
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 Alright. You better get right after it. There's only
I'll do that
one
right
way
now.
to do this, and that's the right way.
Right now.
That's right. You don't believe it? Write it down. There's something buzzing around my head. What is
Wasp.
that? Really?
Yes.
What's a wasp
I don't know
doing
where
in here?
that came from, but.
So Mrs. Heavy Chevy hollered at me a minute ago and she said, Mr. Heavy Chevy, the hose won't suck no more on the vacuum cleaner. Isn't that about how it was?
I don't think so, but.
Huh?
Yeah.
Just like that, right?
Yeah.
And here's why. She done sucked up a GM module and plugged up the end of the hose. See? There it is. Amongst some grass seed. Alright, let's hear it. Sounds kind of wimpy, but it works. You learned an important lesson, right? The electrons got to keep moving. If they can't get it through a place, it won't work. Do that again. Horn blows. Alright, I got a battery cob together in there. It's a Ford battery. Hope it don't give me bad luck, but that's what I got. And Mama's coughing. I don't understand why. Why are you coughing?
There's all this nasty dirt and dust and grass seed.
Grass seed? Why would they put grass seed in a truck?
Who knows why you'd want to grow grass in a truck, but.
Anyway, you got it looking pretty good. Let me have a look in here.
What it is, I guess.
Dash is cracked. Seat's a little... But it ain't terrible. Headliner's pretty rough. Got tilt wheel. Huh? Tilt wheel. Do what?
Show the work.
Oh, okay.
Of course, they didn't see
There's
the
lots of
before.
work to do back here now.
They didn't see all the before.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
If they watch all my videos, they've seen it.
Oh, it's pretty nasty.
It was pretty nasty in there. Alright, I think I got it where it'll run now. But I don't think I got it where any windows will go up and down. And since it don't have any air conditioning at the moment, Mama not gonna be happy.
No.
You think what?
I think your battery is dead.
What makes you say that?
Tried to hook it up to make my horn blow loud. Nothing happened. So I'm checking it, and look.
It says 12.51. That's pretty charged up where I come from.
That's only a 12 volt. It's like one of the drill batteries.
Well, a drill battery is 18 volt. This is 12 volt. This don't start getting dead until it's like 12.1, 12.2 in that neighborhood.
Well, why the heck ain't this working?
I don't know. You want me to help you diagnose it, or you want to figure it out?
I guess you could help.
I'll figure it out. You figured it out. Well, I got her sitting here running. This carb seems to do okay. I got to tune it a little more. Got to be careful. No shroud handy there. hear a little valve train noise. Sounds much better with exhaust donuts. It's got dual exhaust. So what does our gauges tell us? Anything?
Oil pressure.
Says we got oil pressure pegged. Says we're charging.
Temperature, I'm not sure.
I ain't sure any of that crap's hooked up. I ain't sure. One reason I say so is pretty sure that's an oil pressure sender. Yep. Well, anyway, we came here because we had a transmission install. So put your foot on the brake. Put it in R for reverse, D for drive, R for reverse again. Well, it's lurching, so that's a good sign, right? Put it in park now. You sure it's in park? You're not gonna run me over. All right, that's R for race, maybe. I'm gonna check the oil now, okay? You're eating again? All right, I gotta tie up a few wires here that are draped dangerously close to the exhaust manifold. And pay no mind to the zip tie holding the battery in. That's just temporary. If this thing's gonna run good enough, I'm gonna buy a real battery that fits the original mount. Let me tie up some wires, and I think I might take it for a ride. Well, the old girl seems to drive pretty darn good. I need some shocks. Just realized neither one of us brought our phone. That was pretty dumb. First ride out in the truck, $350 truck. Pretty dumb. Well, I took it up the road. It sort of sounds like it's got a lifter clatter, but I think it might be that air pump. Maybe. It does, you can hear the lifters a little bit. But it's been sitting a long time, that might go away. It seems to drive good on these shocks. Might have a tire out of balance. I forgot to put the tag on it, so I was driving around looking illegal anyways. Right, babe?
Right.
I like this truck. Here's the worst part about it, right there. And the power windows don't roll down because somebody's been there hacking and cutting and hacksawing. So I don't know. I think it's going to be okay. It'll run a little while. It seems to have decent power. I didn't whoop on it because I want to be sure of the transmission. I just retarded the timing because it was detonating a little bit coming up the road. Sounds much better than it did when I first got it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good one. All right, let's go in the house and relax.
Okay.
It's almost dark. That'll give us a good 30 minutes of relax, and then we go to sleep and wake up and go do it again.
I was going to say, more like go to bed than go in and relax.
What, you don't want to relax? All right then.